you go out with the finance people, they will calculate to the single last cent.
They will put the tax and everything, they give you an Excel sheet.
Yes, the Excel sheet. Yes, oh my god.
Hello everybody. Today is a very special episode because I'm trying something new. For the past few months, you see I've been trying all different things on YouTube. So today, I have invited two of my fans that have become friends to come to this chit-chat session with Aunty HR. I call them my MBA gang, Membawang bersama Aunty HR. So welcome Leon and welcome Julie.
Hello. Hi.
Okay, just to give you all a little bit background of them. Leon, you see he so macho like that. Actually, he's a secretary for the past 4 years. Very young guy, 27 years old.
Yes.
Yes, okay. And then we have an old ginger here. Julie.
Yes.
Julie currently is a senior key account manager who has more than 20 years of experience in the FMCG industry.
Yes.
So it's a very good mix. So today we are going to talk about, we're going to membawang about boss gila.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sure at a point of our career, even as young as you also come across a boss gila.
Yes, definitely. So in my short years of experience, I've actually switched companies for about 3 times already.
3 times?
Yeah.
That is the younger generation now lah.
Yeah. I mean, you could say this is job hopping, but then there was one point where I feel like, no, this is not the right company. I have to move on. Otherwise, I'll just be dying there.
Spill the tea. What happened?
Okay. Maybe I'll just do it very, very briefly. Okay, in my first role, so I was from this company named blah, blah, blah. Okay. So in this company, right, I was kind of, I wouldn't say being bullied, but then I was kind of put into a position where I was very, very pressured, where I was expected to do a lot of things. In the COSEC world, it's quite a lot of things. And during that time, my manager at that time was something, because my manager at that time was, I would say it's a very high-performing manager, but because this person is such a high-performing manager, right, so the expectation, of course, naturally, is going to be very, very high as well. So because of that, the expectations was actually set on me as well. By having such a high expectation, they expect me to do pretty much everything. But then when I came into the workforce, I actually didn't know about anything at all. So,
but do you think it's crazy? How I see it, it also can mean the manager sees potential in you, ma.
That was what I thought in the beginning. That was really, really true. Because I go in and you don't know anything at all, and then you're just like, oh, okay, maybe this is something that it's expected in the workforce field, right? But then after I think about 6 months or so, I realized that no, this is not normal, because I'm being pressured to a lot of point where even the smallest detail of mistake, where actually it's more of a preference, can be very fatal as well. And then I'm like, this is not that important. The client is fine with it, but why are you not fine with it? So there was an instance where the client sent across a document that says ABC. And I read the document as ABC as well. But when I went back to her, she told me, no, it's not ABC, it's CBA. And I'm like, no, it's clearly ABC. And then I had to ask my senior about it. And my senior was like, never mind, let me talk to the manager. And I'm like, okay, but why am I getting fired for this? But at the end of the day, it was actually ABC. So in other words, I was right. But until today, my manager never apologized for that. So that's, yeah. And I was like, no, this cannot happen again. And then luckily, I found a new job and they decided to buy me out as well. And that's a whole different story as well.
I will share you something crazy. So a few days ago, I posted on my story to ask followers to come share their crazy story, right? When it comes to all these slave drivers, I call them slave drivers. So one follower said this one. They told us we are not supposed to have work-life balance if we are not excellent enough.
God, there's some bosses who are like that.
I think that is crazy.
There are bosses who are like that. There are bosses who also very they discriminate you also in a way that, for instance, like, I think your target is not being met. You why are you out here? Why are you not coming to office earlier? Those kind of people. Why are you going back early?
Those are boss expectation, right? But for a boss blatantly tell you, you cannot have if you want to be excellent, you cannot have a work-life balance. I was like, that is bullshit, man.
Yeah. Excellence reward. I mean, if you are being excellent in your job field, but then it's actually punishing you, I mean, that's drawing the line.
That's a very good word.
But the thing is, what is your excellence in terms of, your level of excellence? And my level of excellence is what?
It's different.
It's
is it
different,
subjective or is it objective?
Yeah,
So
I believe one can be excellent and still have a work-life balance.
I agree. That's something that's really true.
So that's crazy. This is another comment here that says that, okay, Queen controls boss, don't let me go see my ill father.
that is bad.
And my dad passed away on that night.
That one I think is
This is fucking crazy.
This is unexpected lah. This is cannot.
This is totally crazy.
Inhuman. I would say that this is
It's
totally
correct. It's so inhumane. I totally agree to it.
totally have no compassion.
Yes?
So this kind of boss, you really don't give a damn already lah. This one, no point working for them already.
Yes!
No
I know,
point.
right? Have you come across of this kind of crazy
So
bosses?
far,
when
touch
you
wood,
really
don't
have
have lah.
genuine emergency
No lah.
and they threaten you.
When I was a boss also, we don't do this also lah. We also okay lah, just go lor. What can
That's
we do?
right.
Because you'll be forever guilty if nothing happens.
I don't think this
No.
queen give a damn. Okay?
I think these bosses are to the point where they have to push to be this mean or this crazy, right?
Something
Because
was
sometimes they just forget
Mm.
about feelings and they're just focused so much about work and productivity and those kinds of things. They forgot that they're actually human beings.
But this is someone who has a very sick father who passed away that night. How can you leave and sleep
But
at night?
I think people also need to whatever it is, you just have to leave me, you have to leave lah. If it's regards of family members, especially your dad or whatsoever, you just leave lah. I mean,
Even a
that's
friend, I would think.
just leave. Don't bother to die for the company.
Yeah.
To be very
I
frank.
remember one time, I had a friend who called me and she was
Crying.
wailing on the phone, okay, because she just broke up with her boyfriend.
Oh,
And it was in the midst of a working day. I told my boss, I have to go. I have to go means I have to go. It's a matter of life or death. That is an emergency.
yeah.
Emergency of a heart is a real
Yes.
emergency.
Well,
those are the bad
Even
kind of
there are
boss.
bosses who are for instance, their pet die, the dog die.
Yeah.
They also will okay, you settle your pet. No, that are those bosses.
That
right
is
now.
a legit reason, okay?
Yeah. But not everybody. Pet is pet, ma. Some people. Not all bosses will have that kind of compassion.
Pet is a loved one.
Yes.
I know they are not human. But honestly, I think our pets are better than children nowadays. At least they don't talk back.
That's true. You know why? My mother likes the dog more than me. She cares more for the dog than me. I'm talking to you, mom, now. I'm letting the whole world know.
I pity you.
Okay, this is another crazy boss story. My boss loved to WhatsApp during midnight and ask why no one replied. Slept already lah.
Yeah. I used to get that
Really?
on Sunday.
Spill the tea.
On Sunday before Sunday 9 p.m., he will text us asking for tomorrow's numbers, the agenda, what is your day for tomorrow, and then start blabbering the whole time. That time was SMS. That time was SMS era. That old. So we would just put okay. And then he will just automatically 9:30 there will be a SMS coming in for us the night before. So it's very. Then you had all the pressure. Then you have all those kind of
I understand.
anxiety the last hours of Sunday, you still want to text us, and then start, asking us to submit a lot of things on Monday, Then comes Monday, then you will see him in the office, and then I say, you read it my SMS. I say, yeah. When? Coming. That kind of thing. So this is what happened actually. And there are always bosses who love to SMS midnight. I have friends who have bosses 12 o'clock, 1 a.m., 2 o'clock in the morning, they cannot sleep. They will text one long list of to-do lists. So nobody reply.
Actually, I also guilty of that, But it's not so much about we want you to reply. We forget tomorrow.
So sometimes some bosses are kind enough. They will say, hey, I'm just putting here so that for us tomorrow we will know what to do. No, you guys don't have to reply. It's okay. So people like, oh, okay lah. People see, people get the anxiety feeling. People won't get it.
Actually, not really. Even we put in a disclaimer, oh sorry guys to text you this, but can reply me whenever you guys are free. There will be still a certain level of anxiety there because you already read it, you cannot unread it. It's already in your head and it will bother you the whole night long.
You know what's the worst part? They texted you the night before. The moment they come into office, they act like nothing happened at all. That's what I had before previously. So the boss literally texted me quite late at night. And then I was like, okay, this is quite disturbing. So I had to do something right. But the next morning when I come into the office, right, it pretended like nothing happened at all. And then I'm just left wondering, what did I get this text for?
What did he text you about?
I can't recall exactly, but it's something to do with about finishing a specific task. Then I think I did it already. Yeah. But then I think the timeline to deliver it wasn't that, the deadline wasn't really that rushing in a way, but I did it already. But the next day when the person came in, right, she was like, okay, back to business. So the thing that she pushed me about, actually it wasn't that important at all, but she still pushed me for it.
So many of these cases. Everything urgent. But nothing is actually urgent. So annoying. So freaking annoying.
This is also another story, right?
Yeah.
Urgent task means urgent.
Settle already. Okay lah. Later see lah. I was like,
going to the toilet is more urgent. That's true.
I was like, then why you want to chase us for what? You just tell us lah, then we will settle for you lah. Don't come and tell us urgent, then we burn the midnight oil, cancel plans, sit the laptop there and do.
I have learned. So this is a trick I can share with all bosses out there. If you really have something, you also boss now, right? One day you're going to be boss also, right? And you scared you forget tomorrow morning. Right now, WhatsApp has a function you can WhatsApp yourself.
Yes.
So that is what I do. So whatever I want to remember to tell my team tomorrow, I will WhatsApp myself and I pin that. So at morning I will check like, today I remember how to tell Irene to run this payroll for this person. Or another trick, what I do is I send email to myself as a reminder. Because nowadays most of us are very diligent checking email, although WhatsApp is the new email now lah. So that is what I do to manage lah. Although I know we give that disclaimer, but it still causes anxiety. So we try not to do that. So those are those crazy bosses who doesn't respect your working hour. Okay. Now, next one we want to talk about bully bosses.
Oh yo, plenty.
Bosses who menyalahgunakan kuasa, who abuse power and bully.
Yes,
do you guys have experience?
I have plenty.
Of course.
Okay, spill one tea.
Bosses, they purposely I will say that they will put the fear in you. They will come and threaten you that, your confirmation is on the line. If she doesn't do this, doesn't do that, then she will find faults on you. She purposely, it's like a company that has been established for a very, very long time. There are predecessor above you, left to this different account. And then after that, that person has been in that account for 6-7 years, and you took over the account. And just because, I don't know lah, she just feel that she wants to bully me or she wants to. So she come and say, can you, I want you to go to every single of the shops in that area. You need to take picture. I'm like, why? Shouldn't all this profiling being done at that time? There should be.
Not necessary. Shops buka and tutup
No.
so fast
It was an area. That area is a very condoned private area one. So I was like, not necessary, ma. It is an unnecessary work. Why are you paying somebody who is a little bit senior to do all this kind of, really in Malay is that remeh-temeh punya barang? It doesn't give you a productivity. I need to go and see to get sales, not to go around and snap pictures.
So have you talked to her about it?
I will ask her why. This is what I want. Okay. So it doesn't make sense to me. To me, it doesn't make sense because
she's the boss, right?
You have to just listen and do it.
Just because she has the power, she just said, I want you to do it lah.
Yeah.
I'll do it lah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then don't talk about that. No, not only that. No. Also got discrimination. Discrimination. My tattoo became an issue.
Your tattoo became an issue?
Yes.
What century?
Yes.
She came from what century?
I don't know. So what happened was, because we went for interview and everything, of course lah, your interview, you tutup lah, kan? After that, I was like, then when you went in, so you were like that lor, you half sleeve lah. Then she said, oh, you got tattoo one ah? I was like, okay. So when we went and see customers, she will purposely say, hey, make sure you wear a jacket lah. Okay lah, then I get the message lah. So the people, the person that I meet the VP all he also having full flash of tattoo also. I'm like, so I saw he got tattoo lah. So okay lah, want to break the ice ma. I also fold my leave lah. Hello sir, how are you? Wow, nice tattoo. That's where we clicked. Then she was like, what? Like, why you want to insist like so scared? I know, like people. It's me lah. Got people who are the VP.
This is so old school
Yes, super duper old school.
Oh, like so outdated. I can imagine she probably in the company like
15 or more years, same company.
all this orang tua lah.
Old furniture lah.
How about Leon? Have you faced bully at work?
I kind of had a similar experience to what Julie has said just now also. So one of my managers, one of them, I'm not going to say which one, doesn't like to talk to clients on the phone. So she would just push it to me and expect me to talk with the clients and everything. But when I pick up the phone and talk to the client said, oh, it's you. We can just talk and just click everything because we can talk. But when it came to her, she couldn't talk at all. So
Which
I was
is
like,
very
why?
normal, you know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have a boss also like that. Same.
Yeah, exactly. But the worst part was she told me
But
to
how
do...
is that bully? Okay, I
She
think
just told me a very, very general thing to do. But then at that time, I didn't know what I was supposed to ask. Because at that time, you have to understand, I'm still young. At that time, I really didn't know what I'm supposed to ask about the client because at that time, I think it was a very, very complicated task. And I didn't know what exactly to ask the client and then how to talk to them about it as well. So when I pick up the phone and just call the client was like, oh, you are the assistant, is it? And I was like, yeah, I'm the assistant. I'm just trying to ask about these kind of things, blah, 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 and all that. But luckily enough, I have a very, very nice client who actually talked me through about everything and kind of taught me everything as well. Then that's just one part of it. Another part of it was actually a different kind of thing. I was kind of asked to be in a kind of like a talk thingy, like an introductory, you know how companies want to pitch to like schools or some kind of places, right?
Yeah.
So they want to go and nab somebody and go and just talk about their experience working there, right?
Okay.
So I was brought as one of the persons to talk about it because I think at that time they think that I'm someone who's able to present himself, all those kinds of things. Then we had a rehearsal. So this is an indirect bullying actually to me, what it feels like. So we had an indirect rehearsal. I kind of like came up with a good script about what my experience was and everything. So I gave it like a kind of like a general compliments about how nice it is to work here, etc., etc. And when it came to that day, so I was supposed to go, I think, second. Yeah, I was supposed to go second. The first person to go before me was a different manager, and an assistant level. So this manager stole all my lines.
Oh my God!
And I was like, no. I mean, I was like, shit. I'm right there and it's literally 10 minutes right before my cue and I had to really think immediately what I'm about to say next. So somehow my presentation got cut short because everything that I rehearsed, right, this person said everything. Stole everything. And I was just like, what the fuck am I going to do right now?
We're going to talk about that. I categorize this kind of people, the credit stealers.
Yeah.
They like to take your credit and not giving back it to you.
Yeah. And the worst part was, right, the bosses were there during the whole session as well. The bosses didn't say anything at all. And I'm just like, you guys were there at the rehearsal. You literally saw this person steal my lines. How do you not address this?
But how would you know she didn't have the same lines?
Because we had a rehearsal. So
her lines were different.
Her lines were different, exactly. Because at that time, I think she wasn't there. And then she was just like, I think she was just kind of, randomly saying things. But then when I was presenting myself during the rehearsal, I think she kind of took notes of that, perhaps secretly recorded my whole lines and everything. And during the day itself, she just repeated everything. And I'm just like, whoa.
The effort that she go through. Anyway, you should take it as a compliment.
Yeah, it just taught me how to, bullshit all my way.
If your points were not good, she would haven't had stolen it. Anyway, so this is one of what the viewers had said. I ada assistant manager yang gila bukan boss. Dia suruh I make copies of my mistakes. Very toxic person. So this is like being sarcastic lah. Like, some managers, right, dia mengalak kat situ. Ay, why you make so many mistakes? Make some more lah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about it, there's two sides of this. There's always two sides of things. The way I see it is that maybe perhaps this boss wants you to learn. But if we're talking about, the other way around is, why are you doing this kind of thing? You could just talk to me about it, right?
Yeah.
Why do you want to repeat my mistakes? I already feel bad about it. Why do you want to keep on talking about it?
Do not humiliate somebody
Yes.
in public.
Humiliation. That's right. Barbie bosses.
Okay, another follower said, act like real gangster, threatening staff. When pecat people, hutang 1 year EPF plus 2 months gaji. This one on top, they're threatening, tak bayar EPF, tak bayar gaji.
Tak bayar EPF, tak bayar gaji, can go and sue the bugger, what?
Yes. I think this kind of bosses, no need to give face.
No need give face, why? Just bring them to the court and kasih malu sama dia.
You know what? I have a few of my followers said this thing. I notice, I'm not here to defame anybody, but most of the time, these bosses are lawyers.
Yeah.
It's true.
You sue me lah. I got the whole resources to sue you.
Because they are lawyers, right? Of course, when a lawyer tell you, you dare to do anything, I sue you back. Of course lah, you takut. Betul tak? But I'm not saying all lawyers like that. A small community, Ada punya.
Yeah. That's why it's very, very important to know your rights. So that's why we have Aunty HR over here to tell you everything.
But have you threatened your staff before?
Threaten my staff.
Yes.
Actually,
I confess I have.
Actually, not to say threaten lah. Especially the low performing staff lah. Those really who doesn't perform. So we just do like that lah. Because to do a PIP, to tell them they are not performing, for us as bosses, it's a hell of work.
Yes. I agree.
Because it's
I totally agree.
Because you had to every month review and then set them target and then they give you the same shit. And then because I have to follow the law so that I don't fire you, so I don't get sued.
Yes.
Then the HR will come, hey, this one, you got to do this, go do this. So it's very, very tedious. So sometimes I don't threaten lah. I will sit down, have coffee. I will ask law, hey, you like this job or not? They'll say, like. But why are you not performing? Then after that, no, we ask why you're not performing. Oh, got this is no. Actually, you're supposed to do this. Then I'll just tell them straight on the face. Okay, I don't want to waste my time. I don't waste my time.
Counseling. That is
No.
boss
I would
It's
say
bukan
that.
boss gila.
Don't waste your time. Don't waste my time. You go and I will give you time to go and find the job, and you just come and give me your letter when you have another job. But I give you about 2 to 3 months lah. So you
That's very
pandai lah.
kind. That's very kind.
Because it's just that we also understand we also don't want to fire you So you just go lah, because we understand already. But I want to give you this time, to go and find your job, so that I don't want to have hard time, you also don't want to have hard time.
That's right.
Easy.
But I think in this particular case, the boss is like betul gila. Chinese say what ngok yan sin gou zong
Yeah, but I have also faced.
You already buat salah, lagi you tuduh orang yang buat salah.
This kind of bosses. Some
Gila lah!
Yes, of course. Because there are some bosses who really they have no mercy.
Yes.
They feel that they are in the high ranking, they can do whatever they want, and they just do it as long as the HR approve, they just do it.
That's right. Now, this is another one. This is more like a dugaan boss.
Okay.
This follower said, which I find interesting. Entahlah, mungkin I pun gila juga. Semua cakap bos gila sebab letak target luar alam. Tapi I rasa okay je, which is like in your case, right? You guys give them a target, but you think it's reasonable. But the staff said it's luar alam kind of target.
No lah. In fact, every time also as a salesperson also, target is always luar alam one mah. Even though you can achieve also, right? You also the dramatize. Walao boss, I will see lah.
Like pro.
Then after boss will come and tell you off. The target is to be met, not to be stared at. Don't stare your numbers. You meet your numbers.
But you never tell your boss, this is like wak tai bang. Which means you just draw the biscuit, cannot eat the biscuit.
So, but target sometimes, but also there are times whereby as a boss, I think we also have to sit down with your people.
Yeah.
Okay, come on guys, explain to them lah.
Yes.
Okay, what is your gap? How you want to achieve your gap? That's how you guide them.
Yes.
There are bosses who like, nah, let's chase you. Hey, why so short lah? And then ask them to help hilang. You go settle first. Walao, I ask you go meet big clients. You go see first lah. If anything, call me lah.
Ini dugaan
then
boss lah.
Anything, call him, but he never picks up.
I let them become yourself. I just tunjuk only lor. Damn bengang that one.
Okay, we're gonna go something hotter. Harassment.
Oh.
Boss gila in harassment. This is what the followers said. My previous company boss kissed all female staff during the annual dinner.
Oh my god.
That one, why you allow it to happen in the first place as a staff?
Honestly, Chinese
You
have
know
a,
what? Is it-
you know Chinese have a saying, 針唔吉到肉你唔知痛. If you have not feel the needle poking you before, you do not know how painful it is.
No.
It's very easy to say, why the boss kissed you that time, you don't say no. A lot of people have fear in saying no to bosses because of all these crazy bosses, okay? But I think this is like really over.
Kiss where? Cheeks lips
I imagine.
I don't think that matters. Any kind of bodily
I can
touch.
imagine what happened because this one I also hear a few times from a lot of people. Must be during annual dinner.
Pretend to be mabuk, is it?
I think it's genuinely mabuk. Pretend to be mabuk also ada. Then they just start hugging around and kissing people.
I mean,
Get
we
out,
understand
get
but I think even the people around, like the guys or whoever, the boss also like, hey boss, come put them aside, knowing that he has to be like.
But sometimes it's also like a company culture, Like in my previous company, the culture is as such. Everybody calls everybody babe.
Oh, okay.
And we have a hugging culture. Every morning, like, good morning, babe. Congratulations, babe. It's a culture. But for certain people, it's culture shock.
Yeah. I think depending lah, yeah. Even last time also, one of my previous company, we will have annual dinners and the beers and the alcohols are free flow and everything, but it's a very close up that kind of
This is
thing.
when bosses are when they really drunk, like genuinely drunk, they really go gila, okay?
But I think there are some also like being appointed as that watchdog lah. If anybody like already knocked out already, okay, tarik masuk bilik already.
Normally it's HR lah.
No, not all the time
Like
HR.
in my company, it's HR. We
they
have
will
a team that look out for all these drunk people and then we will separate them one
Yes,
side.
have to one. So like drunk already, okay, one further take up, okay, this further out already, okay, go up. We will just push everybody, like those koyak already go up.
Yes, yes.
So we have that also actually.
Yeah. I think it's fine to have, it's fine for a company to have a culture, but it's not fine to, impose that culture on somebody who doesn't
Yes, I totally
experience
agree.
that. Yeah.
Very good point.
I mean, come on, we live in a in a harmonious world where we're supposed to be, tolerant and happy with everyone.
I want to bring up this quirky comment. When you talk about imposing a culture, this is totally crazy. Forcing a Muslim to go to church and convert to Christian.
That one is exactly as crazy as those not
That is
allowing.
like truly...
This is like a very sensitive subject.
This is totally bodoh lah.
Gila! I don't think it's bodoh. I think it's gila.
This is too extreme.
Kan bos mana ni?
Yeah, how? I think it's also the other way around also tak betul mah. If I'm a Christian and you force me to convert to Muslim also...
Bangang punya ni. Cannot.
It's really crazy, right?
This is religion, oi.
Yeah.
This
is super
this one
sensitive.
can bring up, to HR, misconduct, this one. No meh?
Discrimination. And all those things.
Yes. But I don't advocate cucuk belakang lah. I think you should try to reason
I don't know,
with the
make it
boss
terus
first.
all got those like anonymous, we can speak up. They
You
can
talk
speak
about
up.
whistleblowing policy,
Terus saja, bagi je. I know that one doesn't work.
I know a lot of company has whistleblowing policy. There's a saying, the most corrupted department is the anti-corruption department.
Actually, I do have a story about that. I had an experience where I was attending a meeting and they were discussing about a whistleblowing case. So to give credit all right, the directors did actually review the entire cases and everything and all that, but then they have come to a point where they say that it's not that paramount, so we can just dismiss it. And it was just dismissed. So for somebody to come to a whistleblowing channel, right, it's coming from a place of vulnerability. So they feel they're very hurt, or they feel this thing is very, bothering them. That's why they come to this specific community or committee to talk about it. But if in the end the committee actually brushes this whole thing, it kind of makes you,
Wonder.
demotivated, and then it wonders whether you're actually in the right place. So I think, personally, I think the whistleblowing policy, everywhere, requires some extensive work. And because it's not about having a channel, it's encouraging people to speak in the channel and actually have a listening mind, and rather than a judgmental mind. Because yes, we can say it's the directors who are, deciding whether it's a big issue or not. But the thing is, even before it goes to a whistleblowing channel, right, the direct manager or somebody else, even I don't know whether it's HR or not, somebody else should be listening and just doing something.
And I think that somebody else should be a neutral party.
Exactly.
I honestly think effective whistleblowing platform should not be in-house. It should be outsourced to somebody who is genuinely neutral.
Yes. Because we're in a world where everybody just wants to do their job. And if you can't do your job, then it's just making things more difficult. So why are you even doing the job if you cannot even do the job? So, it's really, I think we're in a position where everybody just, everybody knows what their job is. Everybody understands what they're supposed to deliver. But then but then if you belittle someone and then actually stop this person from doing their job, it's just, why are you doing this?
That's why I think people are very skeptical when it comes to all this. Like, you will have the HR once in a while, they'll send us email out. Oh, this is a speak up number, the email, blah, blah, blah.
If you have any trouble, please contact HR department.
If
you have trouble.
Why is HR being attacked? No!
And then you ask a colleague, hey, can believe or not? Don't know, you try and see. I don't want to try.
Now you talk to your manager and see.
Bonus is coming already. Then after ask your immediate superior, hey, boss, sign can ah? Why? Who will complain who?
That is a true story.
Who will complain? Say no lah. Ask Sunny ma. Why you so scared?
I have friends it's true. They wait bonus come out first, baru dia menganjing.
No, menganjing during exit interview. Menganjing kerja.
It's fine, wait for your bonus and everything, because I think it's something that we kind of practice as well.
Especially when they give those input that 360 about the company, then they have the last line, about, what do you think about your immediate superior?
Any comments about your immediate superior?
So this is
the angriest kind of exit interview I've seen, they will write there, no comment.
That's me.
The angriest exit interview, no comment. I've seen a few like that. Freaking angry to the sky.
I don't bother for your own improvement.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't improve you at all.
I'm exactly that kind of person. When I was doing my exit interviews, the HR was like, "Are you sure you're fine? Everything is okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just gonna go." No, nothing wrong. The company is doing good. It's just me. I'm gonna go.
It's
not
you.
Like victimizing
it's
yourself
not you,
already.
it's me.
Okay, we're going to talk about something quirky bosses, quirky crazy bosses. Hiring staff based on feng shui and bazi. When I overheard this from HR. They must look at your date of birth, time of birth, and see whether it matches with the boss punya numerology first before they decide to hire.
I think one of the company got...
It's crazy, but I don't think it's entirely that crazy because some people really believe in feng shui.
Got. I know a friend who joined this company. The person before they go in, they see the face, they see a pachi, everything.
They do face reading also.
Then they see whether
reading.
No palm reading. They see a pachi Their pachi, your date of birth, your zodiac, so that make sure that it harmonizes the whole entire team. It has to be the person wants this thing to be harmony, everything okay for the business.
What do you think, Leon? You think it's crazy or it's still acceptable?
This one is very niche lah, not all lah.
I mean, if you think about it, right? Okay, if we want to talk about personality, right? Let's not talk about 八字, all these kinds of this Chinese feng shui thing. Like, if we're just talking about personalities, right, then there is a degree where it might work. For example, let's say this person is very, very introverted and etc. etc. And then you expect this introverted person to work with somebody that's the complete opposite of this person. It's a very, very different thing.
No, that is very common. That is why a lot of company nowadays, they put you through assessments first.
Yes, that's right.
A personality assessment
Correct.
before they decided whether you fit the role or not. That is not
pretty
too crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
For
but
me,
I think
it's
that's
similar
reasonable.
as the Patsy what.
Yeah, like your INJ something, what kind of thing.
Yeah. So I think that's the 16 personalities one. I think we did that previously. So yeah.
In my 20 years of recruitment experience, I think the craziest I've ever heard was not this Patsy. The boss insisted she only wants to hire people B+ positive blood.
Be positive.
Why? She wants
By
blood.
blood type.
She wants the blood immediately, is it?
And then in order to qualify to apply, right, she needs to see a certificate. What is your blood type? If you don't have, we will send you for the blood test.
Isn't that too personal already?
For me, it's a similar thing as the Patsy. Okay, her justification is apparently there are studies that says that if your blood type is B positive, you are naturally more creative.
Okay.
Then A+?
I don't know She only say B+. I'm bothered with A+.
Okay, so if I
But we
sleep on the
managed
left
to
side of
find
the
her
bed.
that person. We managed to find her that person.
Oh,
As crazy as it sounds.
okay.
But everybody have their quirks. For me, these are our quirky bosses lah. Every boss have their quirk. Like for me, as a hiring manager, I also have my quirk. For me, very important, whoever I hire must have a good sense of humor.
Oh!
Because see my mulut so laser all the time. I cannot have
So serious.
strawberries come and work for me, okay?
Yeah.
When I say something, then you
They start
terasa
crying.
like that.
You
Then
must
say I want to commit suicide lah because you said the wrong thing.
you
lah.
must
I
also
takut, okay?
carrot balik also. You can
Cara balik one, I still can. Borderline.
depending how kind
But
of
too sensitive, I cannot be tiptoeing around you.
this one
all
cannot say,
day.
that one cannot say. After that, go out, start to cry.
So during interview, I am very transparent, I say, I want to tell you, I'm very rowdy. I'm very loud. So you must be able to take it.
Good.
Those are the codes. Okay. Last but not least, the true blue crazy bosses. The moody emotional bosses.
Oh.
So this follower said, my boss yelled at me to go home and said I didn't have a job anymore. Then later said sorry because he was stressed.
At least he apologized.
Yeah, I mean, that's something. There are
Yeah,
cases
but
where
it's
they
still
just
crazy, right?
Yes, we agree, it's crazy.
Chinese say what lah? 一啖屎一啖糖啊. What sekejap give you sugar, sekejap give you
Shit.
I have not worked with this kind of bosses before, but I have friends who work with bosses who really have this mental illness, bipolar. These are I would consider these are bipolar bosses. Like they can just switch their mood all of a sudden from nice to crazy like that.
Yeah.
Have you come across that kind of bosses, Julian?
Crazy bosses
The one that asks you take pictures sound like one.
that one is crazy depending on people lah. That one I think so lah. But
Right, everybody has that. I had a manager who was very, very crazy and very, very angry towards me, but then the next minute, she's very nice to my senior, to somebody else.
That is bias, different story.
but
You know this bipolar type, if you would tell me exactly like what she is describing, she yell at you at one moment, then next moment say sorry. Like, but I can understand sometimes, boss. I also burst out in front of my staff before, but we always try to remember to apologize after that. 1-2 times I think is okay, but it happens too often now.
got boss.
That one,
Yell at you
certified
lah.
gila no, bipolar.
Hi boss, do you want to go to a psychiatrist clinic with me?
Actually, that works okay.
Yeah.
Therapy really works.
Yeah, I think it's fine for everyone to talk it out. It doesn't have to be, your boss or whoever, just somebody to talk it out. That's really important, I feel. Because Yeah, I came from a place where I couldn't talk to anybody at all. I think that was one of my roles. So I just couldn't talk to anybody at all. So I can only talk to my friends or even just family members.
Why is that? Why is that?
No, because everybody was just too focused on work. And then you're just like, I just wanted to talk to someone.
Very sian, weh.
Yeah, that's right. Because at that time, it was just about work.
Die.
Yeah.
You different, you're in sales. Of course, you will die.
Yeah.
I will die.
But a lot of introverts are like that. If you work in a data center, if you talk to a typical programmer,
IT people.
they really don't like to interact with people. Some people really don't like to interact with people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like in my previous company, I have a few payroll girls. Payroll, all they do is just calculate salary all day long.
Yeah.
All they want is focus, finish my job,
Balik.
balik. I'm not here to socialize.
Yeah.
Which I think is totally fine.
That's fine. But then, I think there are some people who just want, have somebody to talk to. Blah, blah, blah. I think I'm one of them. That's why I have my emotional friend here.
But it's fine, people don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then go online.
It just means I can focus on my work much better.
Oh, I'll be very sian.
Yeah.
Depending on the job, like you are in sales, right? Interacting is highly part of it.
I think it's like, sometimes I don't like to interact also. There are times whereby,
Of course.
there are times that we go out with friends also. Let's say there's three of us, so I'll be there very quiet. Then my friend will ask me, why are you so quiet? I'm very tired to talk. Because in the work, I have to talk. Talk. So this is why. But I do enjoy it at the work there, not be alone, quiet, very tiring because you need to blur out, sometimes, just to blur out, just to talk nonsense, to talk rubbish.
That's why we have lunchtime.
In Chinese, they will say 講廢話. Yeah.
What else crazy stories do you have about your bosses? That you can think out of your head? I honestly, I feel I'm very lucky. I never, all these comments that I read online, I'm very lucky. I really never come across any of it. Maybe so perhaps it's not a subject that I can. But my friend told me I am the crazy boss.
Oh, okay. How crazy were you? We should interview your ex-subordinates on your behalf.
When I was a young manager, right? But I think most young managers will go through this. When you are given power, it easily goes up to your head.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Especially if you are young.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yes.
Thank you, Uncle Ben.
Yes. And I remember when I was a young manager, we do not know what to use with the power, but you are given the authority to go and instruct people, and then your signature became very important.
Then you get the leave approved. I can reject your leave.
Yes. The feeling of approving, you have the power to reject somebody's leave.
The power to tell to check people's why this fella, every time MC, that kind of thing, ask the HR to call up the clinic, check whether the clinic the MC is genuine or not. That's what I do lah.
And one of the craziest things that I think most bosses make the mistake of, they think the employee should be as hardworking as them.
Oh, no.
I had that kind of experience.
It's a crazy idea.
Yeah.
You need to understand the business do not belong to them. The business is your baby.
Yeah.
It's not the employee's baby.
Yes, exactly.
They will not throw that kind of hours
correct.
you throw into it.
There are bosses who are like
gila. It's a crazy idea to think they should invest the time and effort like you will to the business.
My sister did tell me before when she was working with this Korean company lah. So
Singles Inferno, by the way.
So basically, when her boss, the direct report will only set the meeting discussion 8 p.m. That kind of thing, Padahal, the boss will leave the office at 5, comes back at 7:30 p.m. And then they expect
everybody to stay back to attend the meeting, right?
We were like, and then when they go back early, they will ask, why are you going back so early? I got one boss, but he's just very playful lah. Oh, but actually my colleagues that was peer. Because I say in the company, we go back late, 8:15, 8 o'clock. So sometimes you take half day leave, then because it's an open cubicle, right? They say, wow, Julian, today very early, Shock one end to one end. Then my boss will like, oh, okay. Say, Babi, 3 o'clock only lah. I took half day leave, way. You go back on time, You go back on time, 5:30, And my colleague said, wow, half day, is it today? I was like,
I'm so sorry, I'm laughing non-stop because I was one of those bosses.
I was like, and then I go back, so guilty, You're so guilty, Then after that, you go back at night, after come back already from dinner or whatever, 11 o'clock, you start to see all the email, have to reply lah. Hello, I'm working actually.
I totally agree. That is another crazy habit of bosses.
Yeah.
Setting up meeting 5 minutes before 5:30. I
Wow.
was like, what the flying fish?
That one is really, we were like, meeting at 5 o'clock. Walao eh. And then those bosses that said the meeting is very, very long-winded.
Yes.
I'm like, then you have to wait. Then they were like, one issue, drag. Knowing that the issue cannot settle on the spot. You need to tell the fella, hey, you get back to me tomorrow. I want something off from here.
Sometimes I feel like telling the bosses, boss, we are employees. We are not your therapists.
Yeah.
Because it's true, I feel boss who are long-winded, they really treat the meeting like their therapy session. Like they are there to meluahkan their perasaan. Go lah, pay 400 ringgit and see a therapist, you can afford it.
Oh, go lah. Say, okay, guys, 5 o'clock meeting, but at that pub or drinking place. Okay, boss, on.
I know a manager like that.
Yeah.
He loves to drink, so all his meetings are at pubs.
Yeah.
But he does it during working hours.
That's what I experienced when I was in London just recently. So my bosses was like, "Hey, let's go have lunch." That lunch lasted for 3 hours, and we were just talking about business the whole time.
I think no.
Which is okay, what? Because it's during working hours.
Yeah, or go for coffee, or just like, hey, come, let's go for coffee. I think right now, the trend is a lot of people also want to have outside meeting lah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go for a drink.
They want to keep it easy,
relax.
But we need to be respectful lah.
Of course
If
lah,
you
of course
have
lah.
Muslim friends or people don't drink, don't force.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, don't drink, don't force.
Another thing, you talking about that, I also have followers come and complain about when boss ajak keluar lunch and boss tak belanja is AA one, they always pick the expensive places to go lunch. Not everybody.
When boss belanja, is it?
No, boss tak
No.
belanja.
You have to split bills.
It's
Pay
still
for your own
asing
item.
AA style. But when boss ajak lunch, they always ajak to go eat expensive stuff.
Oh.
Which I also think boss have to be reasonable lah, right? You want to
But usually boss belanja one lah.
Usually, but in this case, boss tak belanja.
Usually boss belanja
They will
one lah.
still take out the calculator.
Yeah. But
Normally, they will split the bill
equally
sometimes.
But no,
but if I go out with my finance girl, I like going out with them. They are very clear what you eat, what you eat.
Yes.
You go out with the finance people, and they will calculate to the single last cent.
After that, they will put the text and everything. They give you an Excel sheet.
Yes, the Excel sheet. Yes, oh my god, the name, what you ordered, the price, the
Which
total.
I think is fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It's
I think
fine.
it's
Yeah.
fine.
Then after got one meal, don't know who ordered one. Hey, who ordered this one?
And then I love the last line that says 1.16 service charge and GST.
I think they will split accordingly,
Yeah.
which I think is totally
Fair.
fair.
It's fair.
Sometimes they also split the Grab fee if you need to travel by Grab, which I think is fine.
Okay lah, that one no need to kira lah.
That one is okay lah. So
Yeah.
you see, some bosses are not that crazy after all. We think they're crazy only.
Depending lah, but sometimes
Coming from a crazy boss.
but sometimes it's really one. There are times that they are really psycho one.
Yeah.
Got one this boss. Yeah. The month end closing for
Oh,
sales
one
number.
causing boss always yell.
Yeah. I want this number to go in now. So okay lor. So
Actually, I also want to ask all these bosses, one end closing, the yelling there, what can we do, Because it's 2 hours to closing.
no, they will know that they will make sure that you will close off. So they will close. So
I have one boss like that also, no.
then you close the numbers already because ours is by stocks, ma. So you close the number already. Then the next morning, 8 o'clock, they come, open your warehouse now. Huh? Open lah. Open no. Oh, okay. Please put in stocks for this month. So close already, put in stocks. Then we have to settle with the distributors.
Want to chase sales, chase like in the beginning of the month, not on the last day of the
Yeah.
month. What can we do? I rather focus the energy and focus on next month's sales already.
Every time-
Nasi sudah jadi bubur.
Every time when they ask for numbers landing, estimated landing on, okay lah, those days they will ask on the 15th on the month. Then you tell your boss, okay boss, I think I can do 80%.
Always under declare.
Yes, I under declare. I mean, you know. So
Even you get scolding,
so
under declare.
kena score lor. Then after the 10 days before the closing day, say, hey, some of your colleagues in other distributors cannot close, you know. I need you to help to close. Ayo, boss, cannot lah, boss. If I close this month, next month, can you lower down my numbers or not? Then we'll come and say, I see how lah, you know. Then after
only
you
crazy bosses will lower your numbers, okay? Everyone ting tong, they will not.
Then after that, 5 days before, okay, I need you to close additional 10%. I declare only 90%, you know. Cannot. Then they say, then will ask you, I hire you for what? Pop. I hire you for what? How to, okay lah, never mind lah. Then sometimes you thought you hero, declare 100% lah. Wow, that's it lah.
Increase.
I need you to do additional 10%, can
More.
In your case, would be about deadlines, right? When it comes to COSAC.
Yeah, but I think we have a practice where we just try to do everything before the deadline. So it's always about being prepared.
It's a good habit.
Yeah, so I think I don't really, kena these kind of things too much also. But then when it comes to deadlines and all those kinds of things, right, if somebody missed out anything, everybody would just freak out. But, I think at the end of the day, managers and everybody should just talk and say that, hey, deadline is coming, what can we do to, fix it? Stop complaining lah. You complain so much also waste time, right?
Because nowadays, bosses find it crazy to talk with you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because they think I hire you to come and do your work, ma. You
No
cannot
lah.
do your work, is your problem. If I need to teach you to do your work, then I don't need to hire you. I think that is crazy.
I think, yeah. I believe that I think it's very good to have a good communication.
Yes, of course,
with
of
bosses.
course, of course.
I know the bosses don't have to instill fear for your subordinate to approach you.
Yep.
To me lah.
Yes,
Because some people like, like why are you putting fear, like putting that wall so high up for what?
Defensive.
Defensive
Defensive,
wall.
I
yeah.
will tell you why. They have very bad experience in the past.
So I think sometimes but there are people also, some bosses also who are okay with the subordinates take advantage. That one, the subordinate will think that the boss very chin-chai, they don't bother, they can climb up the boss's head, also got one. You see, there are people who are like that.
Now you're talking about pekerja gila.
Good. So, but that is also because, so that is why I think because of this, the bosses also don't know how to manage and how to juggle lah.
That would be for another episode.
Yeah.
As a boss for more than 18 years, I also have my fair share of pekerja gila,
I
okay?
also got fair share of pekerja gila also. How I actually tangkap people who fake MC, all those.
Then you're still okay.
I got people who tangkap fake MC, then lie about where are they, because we all sales
I think that one is all common now.
What is your experience for
my one of my crazy one they will send you an email every hour.
crazy or what?
Exactly. No kidding. She sent an email every hour threatening that she will hang herself on the fan because she cannot feed her cat. Exact sentence,
Oh my God.
So how?
For me, you got so much time to type email, no time to go feed your cat, man. Gila lah, but you know what? I think these kind of people, they have, honestly, I feel like they have mental illness. But that is a subject for another day lah. Not everybody has the ability to ask for help,
Yep.
including boss gila.
Yeah.
So on that bitter note, we are going to close this session today.
Okay. Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you for having
This is
me.
just the beginning for two of them. I hope in future we can invite more people to come
Yeah.
and membawang about different subjects.
Sure.
Like the most recent one about leave always kena cancel, forced leave or whatever lah. That is hangat punya issue lah. We invite you. If you want to come, please DM me. Let's talk about it.
Can.
If you would love to come and be my guest and enjoy this conversation, please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.